In today's video, we're going to talk about self-trust. Rebuilding self-trust, regaining self-trust, starting your self-trust journey. So hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey girl, my name is Lucy. I always say to stay subscribed. We have a good time on this channel. The main reason why I decided to speak about this topic is because most of the issues that we have as a society, even most of the topics we've spoken about on this channel, is because we lack self-trust. Majority of the things, if you think about it, like social media influence, like how social media has impacted our lives, people pleasing, low self-esteem, low confidence, self-doubt. When we speak about identity, body image, plastic surgeries, all the things we talk about, we always can pull it out from self-trust. Because we don't trust ourselves enough, we tend to fall prey to pretty much whatever anybody tells us to do. We don't believe we have that capability in us. We don't think we have the capacity in us. We don't think we are built for greatness. We don't really listen to ourselves so much. Every slight thing that is told to us to do, however it is told to us, we just follow like ships. Majority of us have that problem, whether we like it or not, whether we like to believe it, whether we agree with it or not. We all have this lack of self-trust issue one way or the other. Now, I'm going to speak about a couple of things that have helped me regain my identity, trust myself more, understand myself, and be able to listen to myself. Listening to yourself, you might think it just comes naturally to you until you really think about it. You ask yourself questions like, how many of the things that I do in life right now, how many of my reactions or my actions are actually mine? When you think about it, the way you speak, the way you dress, the way you respond, the way you are as a human being, is that who you are genuinely? Like, is that really your identity? Is that what you're doing from a place of understanding, like self-awareness? When you ask yourself this kind of question, you realize that you might be living someone else's life and not necessarily your life. That's why sometimes it's really good to sit and ask yourself certain questions like, am I making the right choice? Is this my choice? Was this my thought? I do that a lot and it helps me so much, especially when people are cheering me on or happy about something that I'm not necessarily the happiest about. Say for instance, I achieved a milestone, or let's say I won something, or I did something well. Pretty much something that is positive, something that has a good reaction from people. People might be congratulating me for something, and somewhere in my heart, I'm happy that I'm able to achieve this. I have this milestone, but I don't necessarily feel as happy as they are happy for me. In those situations, I sit a lot with myself. I'm like, was this really what I wanted to do? Or this was something that was kind of like the little voice in my ear or the little voice in my head? People just kind of indirectly influenced me to do this, you know? Sometimes it might just be a stranger in your own life and you don't even know it. You need to always try to sit and call yourself back. Ask yourself questions. This career I'm in, this person I'm dating, do I really want that for myself? Is that really what I wanted? No matter how long it takes for you to really come to a decision or an agreement or realization, you take it. I'm going to quickly run through 5 things that have helped me, and I'm pretty sure will help you rebuild self-trust or start your self-trust journey. The first thing I'm going to talk about, which is so important, especially in our today world where there are a lot of voices, there are a lot of opinions, there are a lot of standards and written rules and all of that being passed to us. I feel like the first thing that you should do if you want to actually have that self-awareness, you want to start your self-trust journey, is to learn how to quiet the noise around you. And when I say quiet the noise around you, it's from anything. It isn't necessarily people speaking, things you listen to, opinions you get, things you feed yourself with, either on social media or just around you. Learn to quiet the noise. It will help you so much when you're in situations that you need to hear yourself. You need to hear your thoughts. You need to feel your emotions. You need to feel your sensations. You need to really understand what you're feeling. You need to hear your voice, your own voice in that situation. It helps you so much even when you're trying to gain stability or start a new era or start a new journey in your life, or pretty much just gain balance. You need a fresh start. Learn to quiet the noise. That's why I always recommend isolation. Isolation sometimes can be brutal, especially when you have people that depend on you on a daily. But for me, I love isolation because it helps me touch grass, come back to reality. I get my body, like I understand what I'm feeling, the sensations, the emotions. Now, the one thing that quieting the noise helps you with is feeling your gut feeling, understanding your gut feeling, bringing it up, because sometimes, actually most times as human beings, we all feel something. When you meet someone, you have that first impression. When you feel a vibe, you feel a vibe. You need to trust your intuition, but you need to bring it up, because sometimes noise can actually suppress it, can press it down within you. If people are giving you opinions about a particular situation in your life, they're telling you do this, don't do this. Let me give an example. Like, let's say you're in a relationship where you're having issues in that relationship. You alone know how it hurt. No matter how much you explain your hurt to somebody else, they can, yes, sympathize with you, but you know your situation better than anybody else. You are the best person to make the final call and decision in that situation, in that relationship. No matter how much people will give you advice like, oh my God, it can never be me. And we're gonna talk about that sometime. But anyway, it can never be me. Like, how can somebody disrespect you like that? How can you do that? How can the noise is too much. Whatever decision that you make, which honestly, sad to say, 70-80% of the time, you end up making a decision that you pretty much picked from everybody's opinion and then formed into yours, but not necessarily what you truly wanted deep down. I understand that sometimes when you hear opinions from people about situations, it helps you further kind of see things or understand things. I get that. Especially when you're dealing with a partner. Most of the time, you are the best person in that situation to give the final call, the final say, whatever it is you want to do. So you need to always learn how to quiet the noise, to hear and to feel clearly. So let's talk about today's sponsor, Skillshare. I have been speaking about Skillshare for months. If you're not new on this channel, you know what I'm about to talk about. You know everything I'm about to place on your table. But if you're new, you've never heard of Skillshare before, or this is the first time you're watching a video of mine, let me put you on. Skillshare is the world's largest online learning platform with thousands of classes that are led by industry professionals. I'm speaking about marketing, arts and craft, mathematics, languages, social media, freelance, cooking, baking, anything you're looking to improve a skill on or pick up a new skill, I will 100% recommend Skillshare. On this channel, I've spoken about starting a business, having something going for yourself, self-improving, stacking up your money, getting a side hustle, and Skillshare is the perfect platform for you to go to get that going for yourself. Every time I've spoken about Skillshare on this channel, I've given you guys recommendation of classes that I personally think would be of good benefit to you. If you're lost, you're not sure what class you should take on Skillshare, I've recommended crocheting, I've recommended children's book, also recommended a class when it comes to starting social media. They have those on Skillshare. If you're starting your social media journey, you want to be an influencer, how to improve your craft, how to be a better influencer, how to be a content creator, or how to use equipment, there are classes on Skillshare that will help you through that journey. I like to refresh my skills, refresh my knowledge on the platforms that I work with or I create content on, and I always go to Skillshare at different times of the year. And summer is approaching, you guys. Summer is approaching, another peak season, a season for you to get your groove on, a season that is perfect for new eras, new journeys, restarting, refresh, play button. Summer is usually the perfect time for you to get that going for yourself. I've also introduced a lot of times the learning path on Skillshare, how helpful that is, because honestly, sometimes you could go to the platform and you're not sure where to start, or you know where to start, you know the industry you need the knowledge from, you know the classes you need to take, but you don't know how to arrange them in order for you to go from beginner to pro or advanced level. This is where the learning path is essential, because sometimes you start the intro classes but you're not sure the next step after the intro class. Skillshare has put together classes kind of like in a bundle that you can take from beginner level to advanced level. It shows you every class you need to take one after the other, and you take them in that order to achieve the goal that you're looking for within that industry. And now we also have the summer learning path, which is a whole beautiful idea of putting together specific classes that would be essential for your summer learning, your summer growth, your yearly check-in. I highly recommend this summer learning path. It's packed with a lot of gems, a lot of classes that are beneficial for you for the rest of the year. This class, I feel like, will help you as a next step after you've established what you really want to learn, established the business that you want to start. You've taken the class on Skillshare, you know how to crochet, you know how to create your children's book, your children's coloring book. Now you're you're ready to start your business. This class is called Grow Your Online Business with Marketing Fundamentals. It is so short. It's about 43 minutes and just 2 classes. So if you're on that line of now creating passive income for yourself or starting an online business, you need to learn the fundamentals of owning a business, how to market your business, how to promote yourself. And again, I wouldn't bring something to your table without giving you a little bit more. The first 500 people to use my link, which is shown on the screen and also down below, will get their first month free. I'm not saying to walk to Skillshare right now. I'm saying to run to Skillshare. I'm not sure how long they're going to give me the opportunity to keep bringing you guys this deal. So I would 100% encourage you to take it while it's still on. Go to Skillshare and get your life together, get your head together, get your business together. Second big thing on this self-trust journey is please stop blaming yourself for everything and anything. I will tell you this because I'm that one person that it doesn't matter how bad somebody treated me. I would always sit here and give myself reasons why I deserved that ill treatment. I always would do this thing where like, oh, I'm trying to see things from their point of view. No, they were bad to you. They were bad to you, Lucy. Stop trying to make excuses for them. Stop trying to throw yourself into the mix as someone who might have done something to trigger a reaction, a horrible reaction from somebody. I always have to remind myself that. And in that case, would make me doubt myself, doubt my ability to be a good friend, my ability to be a good partner, my ability to actually do the work, the kind of person that I am. Oh, are my thoughts even valid? My work, is it valid? Every time something goes wrong with me and anything, anybody, any human being, I always want to see how I must have been the problem somewhere. And in that way, I trust myself less and less and less. Once you do this so much, your actions, you question it the next time and you keep questioning yourself. In that way, you'll be looking for somebody else to tell you how to be a better girlfriend, somebody else to tell you how to be a better friend, because you feel like it went bad with this person 3 years ago, 2 weeks ago, 10 years ago, and it must have been your fault. So you don't trust your methods, you don't trust your thinking, you don't trust your nurturing skills, you don't trust your thoughts. So in that way, you less and less and less depend on yourself to get things right. You always want to depend on other people to help you through whatever decision you're going through. Stop blaming yourself, stop doubting yourself. Understand that 10 years relationship ended and it's not your fault. The 3 weeks relationship, 2 years relationship, 2 years friendship, 100 years friendship ended and it's not your fault. It doesn't matter if you had a role to play. You don't carry the bulk of it. Both of you had a role to play and you just did not meet on a common ground. You always need to refresh yourself and say, okay, yeah, I might have had mistakes. I'm a human being. Does it all fall on me? No, it doesn't. It doesn't make me less of a human being that it didn't work out with this person. It doesn't make my actions or the way I was able to show love to that person in that situation, it doesn't make it invalid. It just was the wrong person I was giving love to. You get what I mean? The person is not meant to be in your life, okay? They're not meant to be your life. It's not your fault. And then there's also the aspect of you made a decision and then the decision turned out bad. At the end of the day, it became a bad decision. Fine. Make another decision. If you made a bad choice today, make another one tomorrow. Make a good one tomorrow. Stop being hard on yourself for the tiniest thing. You are human. You can sit here and feel things, act on impulse, just do anyhow. But it doesn't make you a bad person. It only makes you human. So stop blaming yourself for the little tiniest things. For once, accept that it's not you, it's them. It's another person. Third thing that is so important, it is vital. In fact, you should do everything on this list, but you see this particular one would help you with everything in life, with having the right partner, having the right people around you, achieving goals, moving forward in life, moving ahead in life, being a strong person, being a confident person, being a consistent person. All you just need to do is always express your difference. And when I say express your difference, it doesn't matter if everybody around you likes this particular thing. If you don't like it, speak up. You don't like it, and that's the truth. That's fact. Sometimes, if not most times, it can be intimidating to be the odd one out. Everybody likes something, you're the only one that doesn't like something. It's okay if you don't like it. You're not the same as them. Everybody likes what they like. The thing that you might like, they might not like, and that's also okay. Always learn to express your difference, because expressing your difference creates a strong person, a strong-willed person. It's very hard for you to be a people pleaser. It's very hard for you to have low self-esteem, because you trust in your choices, you trust in what you think, you trust in your beliefs, you trust in your value, you trust in how you like to do things. Trusting in yourself, believing in yourself, being able to express that tops everything else. It's instantly the most attractive thing that I definitely admire in somebody, if I see someone outside that does not mind being the odd one out, being the weird person, being the one that does not necessarily care about going with the flow or going with the flock. Basically, they are strong on what they believe, however they believe, how they dress, how they talk, how they look, which is one of the biggest things. That's why I said self-trust is one of the reasons why we struggle with so many things in 2024. If we just believed and trusted in ourselves, somebody would not come and tell us that gap teeth is a problem, or small eyes is an issue, or not having big boobs is an issue. Somebody will not come and tell you that, and you would instantly start feeling bad about yourself. You believe in who you are, how you come, your thoughts, your values, your belief. Nobody can change that. Now, the next point, which is my fourth on this list, I have said a lot on this channel, and that is learning to say no. And also make sure whatever you do in this life, you know how to defend yourself. You don't need to wait for somebody else to do it for you. Learning to say no is a huge part of our modern day society because, like I said, the influence, the opinions, the do this, do that, say this, say that, date this, date that, wanting to be part of the group, the girls trip, the having the big friend group, too many things. Standing on business for yourself, saying no when you don't feel like it, you don't want to, without explaining yourself, is top tier. I've said this before and I'm gonna keep saying it again. Now, if we come to defending yourself, I feel like a lot of us have a problem with that. Some people say they're not confrontational, and I get that, I understand that. But when somebody's being rude to you, especially when somebody's being rude to you, you should be that one person that is able to check somebody real quick. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to take me for granted. You're not going to talk to me just anyhow you feel like it. And because I'm a shy person or I'm not a confrontational person, I'll let it slide. Nope. I'm not gonna let it slide. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be crazy, right? But I feel like everyone should know how to defend themselves, stand for themselves. Come out here and defend your character. Come out here and check somebody who is being rude to you. If you're not able to do this, you need to work on yourself. People will step on you. People will trample on your head. People will make you feel useless. People will make you feel stupid. You need to learn how to hold your ground. And I just hope you watching me, you know how to stand 10 toes on your feet defending yourself, because it's important, especially in this life where people like to look down on people. You need to learn how to do so. Get that backbone for yourself. Don't wait for somebody else to come in here. When somebody expects you, you have to get on the phone and call somebody to come to your rescue or come to your aid to speak on your behalf. Nah, handle it yourself. Talk to somebody. You don't have to scream. You don't have to shout. You don't need to be dramatic. You don't need to do too much. You just need to quietly check them. And that's it. Now, the fifth thing, which is the last thing on this list, is stop judging yourself, sis. I said this when I was talking about, how to be your own best friend. The amount of grace we give our friends, people would love. You make excuses for them all the time. This is not how they are, but they just do things like this. They just extend the same to yourself. I've said this a lot of times. We are our own biggest critics. And I get that because obviously experience, right? You cannot keep putting yourself down for a slight mistake. Even if it's a big mistake, you're human. You're supposed to make mistakes. Everyone is winging life. We don't have a guide, a handbook. We don't have a video to watch that is going to be like, this is how you should live life to a T. No, our emotions are different. Our capacity as human beings are different. We all make mistakes in different ways. No matter how aware we are of ourselves and in life, we all fall short at some point. No matter how good we are, I sit here every day and talk about self-development and self-improvement, but I make mistakes every single day as well. Different ways. Might not be the same way as yours, might not be as huge as you do, but I do make mistakes. I call myself out on it all the time, but I learn to be graceful and gracious with myself, be understanding with myself, because I do this very toxic thing sometimes where I'm just like, I tell myself, really, at this age, Lucy, you should be behaving like this, you should be thinking like this, you should be making silly mistakes like this. I get it. You want to hold yourself accountable, but at the same time, you should know when to draw the line and be like, okay, relax. Like, at the end of the day, you still have blood flowing through your veins. You're not Miss Know-It-All. You do not create life. You do not create earth. You're not going to know how to exist at different stages and ages in your life. So when you sit here and say, oh, at this age, you should not be talking like this. You've not been that age before. For what it's worth, you're beginning to understand what it feels like to be that age. So give yourself grace. Stop judging yourself. And again, I get it. There are some of the lessons that you learn as human beings that you shouldn't be going back to. Okay, if you've been burned 1, 2, 3 times, I don't see any reason why you're going there for the 4th the time. But at the end of the day, you're human. You learn what you need to learn from every situation and make sure you don't repeat it again. But if you do repeat it, if you fall short, it's fine. Start again. Start again. You have the next day. As long as you have breath in you, you have a chance to do things good, do things better, do something different. You are human, as we all are. We make mistakes different ways. We don't have it all figured out, okay? Learn to trust yourself. Learn to believe in yourself. Learn to hold on to your thoughts. Learn to follow your instinct. Believe in your gut feeling. Hold on to your gut feeling because it will never steer you wrong, okay? Learn to understand that what you believe in, your thoughts, your values, all of that, they are valid. They matter. People around you might not understand it. People around you might not get why you're the way you are. People might not understand the reason why you have this quote unquote imperfect body, but you are so loving of yourself, you don't want to change it. It's because you feel good in your skin. You love your life. People might not understand the point you're coming from, but you understand you, and you matter the most to you. Whatever anyone has to say should not faze you, because at the end of the day, people just talk, people just do things, people just give advice and opinion based on their understanding of life. You can't take that serious. Someone cannot come here and tell you to leave your relationship, and you run and leave a relationship. Somebody cannot come here and tell you, if that man did this to me, they were in the same situation, they might even do something worse than you did. And that's the reason why I'm going to talk about dating real soon, because people sit here talk about how people are taking bullshit in dating. If you're in that situation, you would even do worse. I can guarantee. The only reason why you can run your mouth is because you're not in that situation. You need to trust yourself. No one wears the shoes for you. You're the one that will live with that man. You're the one that will live with that woman. You're the one that's in that friendship. You're the one that's in that career path. You're the one that is in that skin. You're the one that's wearing that makeup. You're the one that's wearing that outfit. You're the one that is living life the way that you like to live life. Somebody cannot come and tell you how to live it. No matter how much advice I can give you, I'm not in your situation. So at the end of the day, if I say do this, I'm not going to stay in the house with you and hold your hand through that process. I'm not even going to hold your hand through the advice that I gave you to do. So I'm not going to sit down and tell you how to do that or leave the reality of you taking that advice. If I tell you now, move out of your parents' house, get independent, I'm not going to be out there in the street with you working to pay the rent. I'm not going to help you through that process. I'm only advising you from what, I think you should do or what I did, right? But our lives are different. And that's the reason why I feel like a lot of people really need to sit with themselves and ask themselves different questions. The life I'm living right now, is it mine? Are these my thoughts? Are these actions and reactions mine? The way I dress, the way I smell, the way I look, the way I speak, is that really what I want? Is that really who I am? Is that really my identity? Am I living life on my own terms? Ask yourself every single day, do I trust the words that come out of my mouth? Do I trust how I live my life? Do I trust my values? Do I trust my beliefs? Do I trust myself? Do I trust me? What does Felicia want? What does Jane want? What does Amaka want? Trust yourself and just believe that you're making the right decision at every point in your life. And if it turns out being bad, fine. You know the path that is bad now. You take the next turn. You make another choice. You do it differently. You've learned. Don't let anybody push you to live their own experience or their own path or their own life journey. Now that's pretty much everything for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're not following me on my socials, I'm gonna have them linked below, my TikTok and my Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Those of you that are listening in your car, at your job, and you at home, I don't care where you at. Turn this up right now, cause we're about to go in. Hey, so everybody say